Make them all count, right? Only a handful left. Make them all count.
Gonna roll Purdy the opposite way, going left. Purdy time, gonna throw back right, and it is juggled, and George Kittle makes the catch to midfield. What a catch by George Kittle on the throwback there for Brock Purdy. Bobbled it a couple of times, but was able to reel it in.
Right there.
I still would have caught it, though.
You still would have caught it? Man, he was lucky it was Trayvon
Great
Diggs
catch in
right
the
there.
divisional round by our next guest, George Kittle, who came bearing gifts.
Yes.
I only use Old Spice.
Boom.
I've got so much Old Spice at home.
I do it right here.
I still want a
Fresh
hoodie.
up.
I got
Give
the
me a little
T-shirts.
deodorant
Yeah.
smell.
Yeah, there you go.
Now I smell good.
You're such a quarterback, man. Oh, that's incredible.
George, how you doing?
I'm wonderful, man. Happy to be here. Enjoying hanging out with you guys.
You have a zest for life. You have a zest for football. It's infectious. It's contagious, and you've always been that way. And no matter how many years you play in the NFL, I feel like it's never going to change.
No, I won't change. I love football. I love life. I wake up every single day in the great state of California. I see the sunshine, blue skies. I practice in December in 60-degree weather. I have a wonderful farm of acreage in Nashville, Tennessee. What do I have to complain about, man?
Yeah.
Great Bernie Doodle also.
My guy.
Yes.
Oh,
I got one too. I
damn.
miss
Aren't
her.
they the best
Isn't it
dogs?
hard to be away from her?
I feel terrible because the second you get home, too, like they're excited to see you, but at the same time they're like, "Where have you been?"
Right.
I've been here.
Right.
So it is, but she is hanging out at the Yuschek's house because they have a wonderful dog too. So she's in good hands.
See, ours doesn't get along with other dogs.
That's
Doesn't
tough.
get along. Takes after
It's
the,
like its
takes
owner.
after the owner.
I get that. I understand that. She takes after
Your
me.
dog's probably crazy and likes everybody.
Hey,
and
she sleeps 18 hours a day. Bless her heart.
Wow.
She has like 30-minute
Wow.
bursts of energy, and then she's asleep.
It's over.
It's amazing.
Right.
It's the easiest dog to take care of.
Well, talk about like just
Football?
your yeah. Well, I know I actually don't care that much because I could listen to you talk about anything. Like just the culture with the 49ers and how Coach Shanahan, Kyle kind of lets you guys. It seems like be you guys, and it's pretty rare.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like early on, like this culture is something that we've developed, right? It was not just Coach Shanahan and John Lynch came in 2017 and it was all of a sudden we have these guys that are working the way that we work. But over the course of a couple years, and then like with certain players, like Joe Staley was there, right?
Yeah.
And he had a certain work ethic to him. Garrett Selleck was there, tight end. He had a certain work ethic.
Right.
And then you added me. You added Fred Warner on defense the next year.
Yeah.
Quan Alexander was a huge addition for us in I think it was 2019.
Right.
And like his attitude, but like this culture just started to kind of develop. And 2019 was kind of where it took off.
Yeah.
And then you had like DeForest Buckner, Eric
Right.
Armstead, Nick Bosa was in on that. And so like when you have a good group of guys that are all of high character,
Right. And psychos about football.
psychos who love football, but they
Yeah.
also want to get better every day.
Right.
You can kind of let guys off the leash because
Yeah.
they. Like, we hold ourselves to a high standard.
Right.
I want to be the greatest.
Right.
Fred Warner wants to be a Hall of Fame linebacker.
Right.
Nick Bosa wants to be a Hall of Fame defensive end. So, like, when you work like that, you can be who you want to be as long as you show up every day and you're accountable and you respect your teammates.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the problem is, as Debo explained to us the other day, in practice you guys beat the hell out of each other.
We do practice hard. But, I mean, like, there is a part of that you need to go through to an extent to get, like, your body in shape for football because, honestly, like, training camp doesn't really even get you ready for NFL contact. Like, I know, like, some people go out there and do, like, live tackling drills, which is, I think, is crazy to me in practice. But, yeah, do we practice hard? For sure. Is it super fun every day lining up against a Nick Bosa in a 9 technique and running outside zone at him? No, it's not fun every day. But that's the hardest thing that I'm going to do in an NFL
And it makes
season.
it easier when you have to do it against somebody else.
So, like, I'm okay with it. And I think we've gotten to the point, too, where, like, we've figured out kind of reps and stuff like that for guys. And I don't think we're running guys in the ground. Like, I hear of other teams who have 100-play scripts on multiple fields, and they're doing 1s and 2s on multiple fields. Like, that sounds like crazy talk to me. But, like, that's what some teams do. So I think we've established a pretty good way to do it. Do we practice at a high level? Sure, we're flying around all the time. But, I mean, we were pretty healthy by the end of the year besides the most important position, football quarterback.
Yeah,
but
right.
besides that, I mean, we were rolling.
Right. All right. So I'm going to go there. I'm going to go to these two teams first off because
Cool.
you're in this class of these teams. I know it's unfortunate how it ended and all that.
Yeah.
But you're every bit could have been here. You know, what was your assessment of like Chiefs, Eagles? You know, through George Kittle's eyes, being on the field with them a little bit this year.
My take is this.
Yeah.
If the Eagles don't take Travis Kelce out of the game,
Right.
they're going to lose.
Right.
Straight up. I think Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes are the best tandem in football.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing like them.
Yeah. Nothing.
They're fantastic. The amount of touchdowns they have, playoff records, like they're so good in the playoffs. And I mean, just regular season too. So Patrick Mahomes, MVP, much deservedly so, a fantastic football player. But if they let Travis Kelce extend those drives, get those third downs, the second and longs, make those like third and shorts.
Yeah.
If you let him take over the game, they don't stand a chance. So like what I hope, like as a defensive coordinator, what I hope they do They should double team him, put a guy on the line of scrimmage, chip him every single play. That's what Bill Belichick does with the Patriots.
Yeah, right.
Because whenever I watch Chiefs tape and I see the Patriots, like they have 2 to 3 guys on them on every second of every play.
Yeah.
And they're like, anyone else has to beat us.
Right.
So if they can figure out a way to take Travis out of the game, which good luck, he's fantastic, future Hall of Famer. If they find a way to do it, I think the Eagles can win the game. But if they don't, I think the Chiefs are going to win.
All right. That's interesting. What do you lean? Just like
I don't think you're going to take Travis Kelce out of a football game.
Yeah, right. Okay, so there you go. Right.
Your game against the Eagles essentially ended with the Brock Purdy injury. It remained interesting for a while.
Yeah.
And it felt like you guys were going to give him a run, but then, especially after Josh Johnson left.
With 13 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third quarter.
Right.
Pretty tough.
Your thought on how that all transpired that day?
I mean, if Brock doesn't get hurt, like I'm fully confident in my team. Like I'm not going to guarantee a victory, but I was confident in us to go into that game.
It's going to be tight. Right.
Well,
yeah. You're going to be in it.
I go into every single football game knowing that I'm going to win the game, and then when I don't, I'm like, well, that sucked. Like, why didn't I win? Let's go fix that, right? But if you don't have that confidence, I don't think you're going to last very long in the NFL. When Brock got hurt and we saw Josh came in, I think we might have gone 3 and out, but then our defense held. Our next drive, we go down and score a touchdown. Christian McCaffrey has that insane run where he breaks 12
runs
tackles.
over people, right.
Absolutely crazy stuff. So it's 7-7, and I think we ended the half. Josh, he drops a snap. It's a fumble. They score. It's 21-7, but we're getting the ball out. Like, I was so confident in us. We'd converted a 3rd and 12. Josh hit me on like a double move out route. I was like, okay, we can still move the ball. And then the next play, Josh got hurt, and I was like, and they're like, hey, Purdy's coming back in, but he can't throw the ball.
Right.
I'm like, that's what this is. I'm like, oh, well, like, at that point, it was 21-7. I was like, okay, well, if we can run the ball and score this drive, maybe our defense can figure something out and do something spectacular. But I think it gets to 28-7. You can't throw the football at this point. You're just disappointed because I think everyone watching was disappointed.
Yes.
Every football fan was disappointed because
of course,
it wasn't
even a good game. It wasn't a real game, right?
And like, do I think a 31-7 score is accurate?
No, of course not.
But I mean, if we were in the Eagles' position, I think we would have done the exact same thing if you play without a quarterback. I don't know if there's a different there's a possible of a different outcome. So it is what it is.
When did you know about Brock Purdy? Like, when did you know where? Like, I know you said all the right things early on, but I'm sure when he first came in, you were like, I don't know, can we really make a run here? Was there a game, a moment where you were like, okay, we're going to be okay?
There were 3 in chronological
order. Here's your schedule
order,
if you want to see it.
No, in chronological order, there are 3 things that happened.
Right.
First was in OTAs. I like to throw jabs at rookies just to see how they are. Like, are you going to jab me back? Are you confident in yourself? Are you just going to be like, oh my gosh, George is talking to me? Like, I don't like. I'm friendly. Like, I don't bully people, but like, I just want to know what like your psyche's made of just a little bit.
Yeah.
And so Brock would fire back at me and like zingers me. I'm like, oh, okay, Brock, I love it. So I like that confidence. He had a presence to himself. Then we get to training camp and he starts off with his number 3 and he beats out the number 2 guy. And then the 3rd preseason game against Houston Texans, he throws a laser right down the middle of the field as running a special route in cover 2, hits Ross Dwelly, our tight end, right down the middle of the field. Like bang, bang, beautiful catch. Catches it, gets smoked. It was a beautiful pass. I was like, that's an NFL pass, right? That's a quarterback that can play in the NFL. And then he gets a shot against Miami, and the very first play he comes in is cover 0, right?
Right.
Delivers. And cover 0 in his face like 10 times.
Right.
Delivers.
Right.
If a guy can do that and is okay with pressure and getting hit, doesn't flinch, you can win games.
Yeah.
And so after that, we were confident.
I have an important non-football question. I don't know how new this is. It's the first time I've ever noticed it. But I have a new level of respect for George Kittle because on his right hand is Hobbs from the Calvin and Hobbes cartoon, the funniest cartoon strip ever made. Look at that. That is awesome. How long have you had that?
I got it last summer.
It's awesome.
Thank
it's
you.
incredible. And I appreciate a Calvin and Hobbes fan.
I got a Hobbes quote on it, too. It's in the handwriting of the comic book, too.
Yes.
I suppose we couldn't laugh at things that don't make sense. We couldn't react to a lot of life. Yeah. That's kind of me. I just kind of laugh at everything.
That's good.
That's amazing. That seems like it's before your time. I'm actually like...
You got to get Calvin on the other hand this year.
I'm Calvin.
You're Calvin.
I'm Calvin.
So what does Calvin... Well, I don't want to say it. What does Calvin piss on? You see?
Cowboys fans' hopes and dreams.
I love it.
Just sometimes.
All right, we only got like 90 seconds. So
Beautiful.
I love when you go to Old Spice time here. Let's go.
Yeah. You want me to talk about? Oh, dude, this product placement was fantastic.
It was,
Thank you guys
and
for
I put
setting
it
this
on.
up.
I know.
You did. You guys are wonderful. I'm happy to be part of the Old Spice Swagger campaign. 24/7 protection. That's what you care about.
Yeah.
We're friends, right? You consider us?
Yes.
Definitely.
If he had something in his teeth, you would tell him, right?
No.
Right.
You wouldn't?
No.
Not great friends.
If he was falling off the stage, I wouldn't catch him.
Yesterday, he didn't even help me.
He laughed, though.
He laughed. He actually looked for his water.
I would tell you if you had something in your teeth.
Yeah, I know you
But
would.
if you didn't smell very good,
Right.
it's kind of hard to tell someone that because there's not really anything you can do about it, right?
Yeah.
So why don't you just start your day with Old Spice swagger, smell great, have the confidence to dominate the day, watch your friends fall off of stages and just laugh at them, right? Be confident in yourself. So start with Old Spice.
Okay.
George, it's awesome. You're
well
one of our
done.
favorites. It's great to see you as always. All the best next year. And we always say, too, we don't want to see you next year. There was one year we didn't see you. We don't want to see you next
Seriously,
year.
get
You
to the
won't be
big game.
available.
Let's go.
Yeah, just give me one quarterback for a full season. That's
good-
all I want.
Good luck.
Are you looking forward to having an offseason that's normal, or do you like turmoil?
I mean, I'm kind of an outgoing guy. I enjoy everything.
You like the turmoil. All right,
That
we
is
love
what it
George
is.
Kittle. We'll be back with more PFT Live right after this. Thank you. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.